Now we take properties of salts. First can be taken here that they have heterogeneous nature. They have heterogeneous nature. We have heterogeneous nature of the salts. इसका मीनिंग क्या होता है heterogeneous nature का? That salts are consisting of two different phases, where we have solid is acting as disperse phase and liquid is acting as dispersion medium. So that is first we can take property heterogeneous nature. Next can be taken in properties. Next property can be taken that they have property filterability. That in this case disperse phase particles can pass through ordinary filter paper, but not through animal membrane. That is taken filterability of particles. Next it is diffusion. The particles of dispersed phase diffuse slowly. So next we can take in properties Brownian movement. It is taken under heading mechanical property. What is Brownian movement? This can be taken as it is constant or can take interpreted as zigzag motion of the dispersed phase particles, or it is constant random and swarming motion of dispersed phase particles in dispersion medium. Means it is constant random and swarming motion of dispersed phase particles. Means if we take in a solution, we have dispersed phase particles, they are moving randomly. They can move in any direction. So this kind of zigzag motion they can follow. This kind of zigzag motion that the particles of dispersed phase will follow in the medium is called as Brownian movement. Now for this Brownian movement, what is the region? The region is at the size of the dispersed phase particle. It is neither very small, not very big enough. The range is taken how much? 10 angstrom to 1000 angstrom. So now suppose we can have one dispersed phase particle, this one here. Now surrounding we can have medium particles. So the cause or the region of this Brownian movement or motion is that it is collision of the dispersed phase particles by the dispersion medium particle from all sides, but with unequal forces. So suppose they hit the particles from one side more faster than the other side. So what happen? The particles will be drifting to one of the direction. So what happen then here? They can move to this position or then to this position. It depends from which side force coming more by the dispersion medium particles which are colliding with this dispersed phase particles, due to which they will follow this kind of a zigzag motion, constant random swarming motion. So this kind of motion is called Brownian movement, is taken under mechanical property. this Brownian movement is the main reason for the stability. We have discussed that the dispersed phase particles will not settle down at the bottom on standing. When you take suspension, when you take suspension in a container on keeping for some time, the dispersed phase particle they settle down at bottom. But what happens in colloidal mixture? The dispersed phase particles will not settle down at the bottom on standing. Why? Because of this Brownian movement. The main region is taken, one of the main causing agent or region for this stability of the salts, that the dispersed phase particles will not settle down at the bottom. I hope it is clear. It is taken Brownian movement. Now next we can take properties Tyndall effect in optical property. Now next it is taken optical property Tyndall effect. It is taken as optical property. What actually happens? You can note down this definition. देख लीजिए. देखिए, when a strong and converging beam of light is passed through a colloidal solution, its path becomes visible when viewed at the right angles to the beam of light. This effect is called as Tyndall effect, and the light is observed as a bluish cone, that is called as Tyndall cone. That is called Tyndall cone. Now why the light is observed here? The light is means the particles are visible here, or the path of light becomes visible because of scattering of light. This is taken scattering of light by the dispersed phase particles. Now when you take this scattering of light is not only for reflection of light. देखिए, we can have normally हम क्या बोलते हैं कि how a particle is visible to us by reflection of light, that the light is falling on the body and then light is reflected, then the particle become visible to us. Now in this case the condition क्या होता है इसमें भी है, to see a body we should have wavelength of photon should be half the size of the particles. Now when you take the dispersed phase particle, they have what size range? 10 angstrom to 1000 angstrom. That, and what the range of visible light? 3500 angstrom to 7500 angstrom. In that range, 3500 angstrom to 7500 angstrom, that is the range of the visible light. Whereas the size of the dispersed phase particle is in the range of 10 angstrom to 1000 angstrom. So the light reflection is not possible. Only the path of light is visible not for the region of only reflection. Now what actually happens here? What happens is here is that the dispersed phase particle will they first absorb the light. They first absorb the visible light or the light which is falling, and then a part of light is of the absorbed light is given out as a shorter wavelength light, and that only will make the path of light become visible, and the scattering of light is maximum at the right angles. So the path of light is visible when viewed at the when we see the path of light at the right angles. So that is the you can take reason for this Tyndall effect. And moreover we can take what we have conditions for this Tyndall effect. It is given, okay, it is the converging beam of light, path of light is visible, it appears as a bluish color cone, that is called Tyndall cone. If you can take this one example more, like in cinema halls, when we go to see a movie, the light is coming from projector and that falling on the screen, what happen? The dust particles, they will cause scattering of light. The dust particles in the air, they will cause scattering of light. So the light which is falling, sometimes it is visible because of this Tyndall effect only. So what is the conditions taken here? We have two conditions. Conditions are quite important. This question can be given here. पहला condition क्या था? Diameter of the dispersed phase particles should not be smaller than the wavelength of light used. पहला condition. Second condition क्या है? The refractive indices of the dispersed phase and dispersion medium should differ widely. They should have more difference, should differ widely. These conditions are fulfilled by the lyophobic salts. This condition is fulfilled by the lyophobic salts. So lyophobic salts will show this effect here by this region. I hope it is clear. Now that is this point taken here, condition. Now we take next property taken, or we take next effect is taken as electrophoresis, electrical properties. Now we are taking here in that next property taken of salts is taken electrophoresis, or it was called earlier cataphoresis. Electrophoresis, it was called earlier as cataphoresis also. Cataphoresis, indicating the electrical properties. What is electrophoresis? This can be taken as, by definition, it is a movement of or migration of dispersed phase particles towards one of the electrode, maybe anode or cathode depending on charge, under the effect of electric field. When we apply electric field, the dispersed phase particles, they migrate towards one of the electrode. This migration of the dispersed phase particles under the effect of electric field is called as electrophoresis. This phenomenon is called as electrophoresis. It was called earlier cataphoresis. Now if I just take here this example wise here, we take an U-shaped tube in which sol is taken. You take two electrodes. Now it is taken sol here. We can draw one more diagram here. Now what happens? Suppose I'm just writing red one. They are taken dispersed phase particles. Before passing electric current or applying electric field, the dispersed phase particles are spreading in entire solution. Now what happens? If it is taken, the dispersed phase particles, they will carry typical charges. They can carry either positive charge or they may carry negative charge. The dispersed phase particles have typical charges. This charge is causing the salt's stability. Because if they all will have same charge, either positive or negative, then what happen? They keep on repelling each other, and when they keep on repelling each other, they cannot combine together by developing in them van der Waals attractive forces. When they cannot develop in them van der Waals attractive forces, they cannot combine together to form precipitate, and the medium will carry equal and opposite charge. Now suppose if I take this dispersed phase particles, if they carry dispersed phase particles, suppose they are taken positive charge, they have on them plus charge. So what happens? On application of electric field, these will migrate toward the negative electrodes. So what happens? Ultimately, all the dispersed phase particles which are having on them positive charge will accumulate around the negative electrode cathode. So that is the migration of the dispersed phase particles toward the negative electrode. Or if they have charge negative, then they migrate toward the positive plate. So what happened by this phenomena? This migration of the dispersed phase particles under the effect of electric field is called as electrophoresis. Earlier, majority of particles were moving toward the cathode, so name was given cataphoresis. But it is observed in many cases they can migrate to any side, and that depend upon the charge that is present on the dispersed phase particles. They may carry positive charge or they may carry negative charge. Accordingly, they can show migration. This property is electrophoresis, electrical property. Now one term more taken, electroosmosis. If I take electroosmosis, just like phenomena of osmosis, यहाँ पे क्या होता है, in electroosmosis we are putting some, suppose we can have such kind of arrangement, but we put here some membrane. We can put some separation or membrane made of that animal membrane. If it is put here, so what happen? The dispersed phase particles, they cannot pass through that. The dispersed phase particles, they all have one of the charge, positive or negative, and to make Sol as a whole electrically neutral, the medium will carry equal and opposite charge to make the Sol electrically neutral. So what happens in electroosmosis? We will prevent the flow of the dispersed phase particles by putting some separation of membrane, which will not allow the passage of the dispersed phase particles. So then on application of electric field, there is migration of only dispersion medium particles, and that is we can call phenomena as electroosmosis. Now what are the charges on the dispersed phase particles? How the charge can originate? Let us see that point now. Now next let us see the electrical properties of the colloidal solutions or colloidal salts. In the electrical properties of salts, first can be taken the charge on the dispersed phase particles. See, all the dispersed phase particles, they have same charge, either positive or negative, and the salt as a whole are electrically neutral. For maintaining the electrical neutrality on the salt, the dispersion medium will carry equal and opposite charge. So we can take some of the examples of salts which are having plus charge or negative charge on dispersed phase particles. Remember, whenever we have compounds are basic in nature, like we can take aluminum hydroxide means Al2O3.XH2O, chromium hydroxide Cl2O3.XH2O, ferric hydroxide means Fe2O3.XH2O. When we take in solution, they will form corresponding hydroxides. Hydroxides will carry positive charge. Basic dyes will also carry plus charge. Example taken, methylene blue, salt. Hemoglobin also have hemoglobin found in the blood will carry plus charge. Oxides of the metals will also carry plus charge. Example taken of the negative salts, we can take metals such as gold, silver, platinum, copper salts. They will carry negative charge on the dispersed phase metal cluster particles. Sulfides will carry negative charge. आपको ये चार्ज लगाना जरूरी है इसमें. सल्फाइड स्पेशली बहुत ही अपने इंपॉर्टेंट है कि सल्फाइड्स हैव विच चार्ज, नेगेटिव चार्ज. एग्जांपल सॉल्ट्स, सल्फाइड्स. देन एसिडिक डाइस stuff like eosin, Congo red salts are also the examples of negatively charged salts. Then salts of starch, gum, gelatin, clay, charcoal, etc. are several more examples of the negatively charged salts. Now how the charge can develop on the dispersed phase particles. So next we can take heading is the origin of charge. We take next heading taken is origin of charge on dispersed phase particles. First can be taken here frictional electrification. Frictional electrification. The charge can develop by frictional force between the dispersed phase particles. Electron exchange. Some can gain electrons, some can lose electrons, so form negative or positive charge particles. Next can be taken here preferential adsorption of one type of ions. See, during preparation of salts, during chemical method of preparation of salts, one of the ions can be adsorbed preferentially by the dispersed phase particles. Like if I take during preparation of salt of AgI by reaction of AgNO3 plus potassium iodide, they can form the salt of AgI plus KNO3. Now if we take in preparation method of AgI, we take slight excess of AgNO3 excess or slight excess of Ki, slight excess, not large. So then what happens? In this case, AgI can adsorb I negative ions. So what happens? They form AgI, I negative adsorption. So in this case, the dispersed phase particles, they will carry negative charge. If I take AgNO3 slight excess, then AgI can take up Ag plus ions, and then the dispersed phase particles will carry positive charge. So it depends. If I take slight excess of Ki, I negative ions will be adsorbed by the dispersed phase particles. When they adsorb I negative ion, then the dispersed phase particles will carry negative charge, and potassium ions will go in the solution or medium. So the medium will carry, in this case, positive charge. If I take in second case, nitrate ions will go in solution, whereas Ag plus ions are adsorbed by AgI. So by adsorption of Ag plus ions, we can see the dispersed phase particles will carry positive charge. Then the medium will have nitrate ions for electrical neutrality. Similarly, if I take preparation of sol of ferric hydroxide, if it is taken here, if I take solution of FeCl3, solution of ferric chloride, boiling with water by reaction of hydrolysis, this can give ferric hydroxide. And then they can absorb some ferric ion extra. So in this case, the dispersed phase particles will absorb ferric ions. So in this case, they will have positive charge. If I take suppose NaOH excess, then what happens? They will form ferric hydroxide. They can adsorb some OH negative ions. So dispersed phase particles in this case will carry negative charge, and the medium will carry positive charge. In first case, the dispersed phase particles will carry positive charge. So that this theory is quite accepted theory for the origin of charge on the dispersed phase particles. That one of the ion is common, will be adsorbed extra by the PPT or sol prepared here, that PPT type, and then they will help to get the charge on the dispersed phase, either negative or positive charge can come on dispersed phase particles. Are you clear? Preferential adsorption of one kind of ions. Now next can be taken in preparation in the method of origin of charge. You can take association of ions after dissociation. Example taken, soaps. Formation of micelles, already explained to you. Formation of micelles or micelles. Explain this example here. When you take carboxylate ions, the large number of anions can combine together, where dispersed phase particles will develop negative charge, and the medium will carry plus charge for sodium ions. Next can be taken here, electron capture by metals dispersed phase particles in during preparation in Briggs arc method, that the metal vapor produce one apply high voltage, they can capture electron from the air dissolved in solution or water. In that case, metals will capture electrons. So metal salts are carrying for this region negative charge. Next can be taken dissociation of adsorbed molecular electrolyte, dissociation of adsorbed molecular electrolyte. इसमें क्या होता है? It is taken in sulfides. When it is sulfide salt preparation, suppose solution of AsCl3 or As plus 3 ions, on passing H2S gas excess, it can form the PPT of As2S3, and since H2S is excess, so they will absorb some extra H2S, and then this H2S dissociates, giving in solution hydrogen plus ions. So HS negative and H plus ions are there. So HS negative ion will impart negative charge. That is how the sulfide salts in different cases are carrying negative charge on them. Next can be taken method of peptidization. Method of peptidization. What is peptidization? It is conversion of precipitate to colloidal solution or sol. It is we will take in this case freshly prepared PPT is taken. That freshly prepared PPT will absorb some of the common ions, like in the example taken ferric hydroxide. PPT of ferric hydroxide will absorb some ferric ions, and then what happens? It is PPT of ferric hydroxide will absorb ferric ions. Though absorb ferric ions, what they will do here? In the PPT we have ferric ions, they have ferric ions, so ferric ions in the PPT or the adsorbed ferric ions extra, they will cause repulsion. By repulsion what happen? This PPT will disperse in smaller particles having colloidal dimensions, and then the dispersed phase particles will have on them positive charge by dissociation of ferric ions. Or what we can take here, other example, ferric hydroxide can give some of the OH negative in solution. OH negative ion will go in solution, then the medium have negative charge, and the dispersed phase particles remaining will have on them positive charge. That is how by this different methods the charge can develop on the dispersed phase particles. Now we take next property taken is coagulation.